Hello guys, this is Zuma and welcome back to Starfield. So this mission is getting very interesting. Just a very quick recap. Terramorphs, which are ferocious aliens, started attacking random places, including attacking New Atlantis. To come up with a defense against them, we decided to use a beast that kills the Terramorphs called the Aciles. Now, Aciles samples are on a place called Ladinium. We went there, but we found out something interesting. There is a plant that turns heat leeches into Terramorphs. So imagine having a mosquito, sprinkle it with some plant dust, and it turns into a T-Rex. That's how you can transport and spawn quite a lot of Terramorphs at once in one place. We heard a recording on Londinium of this guy, Victus, finding out that what this plant does, so he knew about it, and he bombed and killed everyone who also knew. So the fact remains, it seems that if he only the one that knew about it, did he do it, or is he working with someone, or did he tell someone about it and they are the ones behind the attacks? So let's find out, shall we? I don't know. So this guy's also, like is he a war criminal thing now, or people believe he's dead? They tried him. Let's find out.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinium of all places, I presumed you must be onto something
We know.
big.
We know.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Look at this smug grin. He knows. He's like, yep. I knew about the plant turning them into Terramorphs.
Was that all?
Don't play dumb. We know you were behind the attacks on New Atlantis and Tau Ceti. I don't know. Is there anything you want to tell me about your time in Londinium? Ooh. This is exciting. Oh, we did. And a whole lot more.
Good news then. So, what exactly are you doing here? Plenty still to be done in defeating the Terramorphs, no?
You smug. Very smug. We found a recording of you discussing the use of Terramorphs as a weapon. I know you're involved in attacking Tau Ceti in New Atlantis. Please stop. You murdered UC citizens and you're going to pay for it. Now confess. Oh, how do we do this? We found a recording of you discussing the use of Terramorphs as a weapon. Yeah, let's go down this. Let's just not... I don't know. Let's not just call him out straight away.
Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong conclusions. After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, they might misinterpret such a discovery to mean I could have been involved with the attacks. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us.
Oh, empath. I can hear it in your voice. Francois. Fear. You're afraid because you know you've been discovered. Whoa. No more lies. Sorry, I'm telling the Cabinet. You really don't know anything about the attacks? Is that what you're claiming? I just want to know the truth. No, we have to tell people. I want to go just because of the empath thing. I quite like this.
You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing. Years of coordination.
He's behind glass,
so figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinium. Learning to synthesize it. Use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
Yeah, so the thing about this plant is it's very delicate. Like you can't move it or all like that. So trying to use the plant on other worlds and stuff, it just wasn't possible to transport it. So he's obviously found out how to do it. Oh, it's nice having some empath options. Because you're a madman and a murderer, it's obvious you're angry about what the UC did to you. This is petty revenge, nothing more. To work on something that long, this seems personal. So he's behind glass the whole time. He can't do anything. Someone transported the heat leeches, sprinkled them with the plant dust. They turned into Terramorphs. So all we care about really, associate, who have you been working with? That's what I care about.
All in due time. First, I want to see if you're truly as astute as you appear. So why would someone like me go through all this trouble?
Alright, so it's back to that. It's obvious you're angry about what the UC did to you. This is petty revenge, nothing more.
Oh, my revenge was far from petty, Captain. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found. But we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
Please, no secret is so dangerous that you can justify condemning so many lives. You just said it took you years to use the plant outside Londonium. You killed them for nothing. That information should have been handed over, secured it to keep it from ever being used. You don't even trust your own people. Alright, I quite like. Yeah. Please, no secret is so dangerous you can justify condemning so many lives.
Easy to say now. But at the time, I didn't know the Lazarus plant couldn't be plucked from the ground and used to cause even more death. I wasn't going to allow another dangerous variable to be added to an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis.
Me.
The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
But who's helping him though? He must have a team doing all this on the outside. So you murdered UC citizens because of some slight against your honor? You're sick. Also, I'm just your cleanup crew. You must think you're very clever. And also, getting the Kaiser, the robot, he must knew we'd uncover the truth, right? Orlays, why does that sound familiar? How could you have coordinated all this from here? Yes.
It wasn't easy. But the beauty of being loathed is that people will do whatever they can not to deal with you. They wanted to pretend I didn't exist. And so I used their blind eye to my advantage. Still, establishing a back channel to Orlays via the UC recovery teams was painstaking work. I've led campaigns less nerve-wracking. They believed they were luring in wanted criminals, but were in fact delivering precisely encoded slates, filled with instructions invisible to any but their recipient. Dropped off at just the right moments to fall into the proper hands. All without the UC realizing whom you were actually dealing with. Slow work. But as you can see, ultimately effective.
Does he not think like this place is bugged? And they're listening in? I don't... like, what the... Orlays. Man, we've been dealing with a lot of scientists lately. I can't really remember who that is.
Can't remember the many lives you've taken.
Oh, the captain.
Orlays was the man whose death
the
you
Warlock,
brought about
yes.
around the moon of Etheria. The pilot of the Warlock.
Yes.
The man I had to eliminate. To hide my secret.
I remember that now. To be fair, I did try taking out the engine, but I accidentally blew up the ship, so I know. There is that. Alright, so you murder UC citizens because of some slight against your honor. You're sick.
There are no heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one and become the other. And we all benefited. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday.
Yeah, but I mean, we turn you in as well. That's even more honor, right? You didn't? Did you think of that? If you're waiting for me to say thank you, we're going to be here a while. They'd be honoring me for cleaning up your messes. I suppose there's been some benefits. What kind of honors are we talking here? They'd be honoring me for cleaning up your messes.
You're being honored only because I arranged the situations where it could happen. Be grateful. And let's not forget the importance of our actual endgame. Eliminating the terramorphs. Securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role in the attacks to the Cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlays and Orlays alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
That doesn't sit right with me. Him doing terramorph attacks and me cleaning it up and getting rewarded for it. As well as so many more people are going to die as well in this. I need to turn this guy in. That's the way. I think this is the way we do it. That's what sits right with me. Still got the frostbite from Londinium. You know, over there. I hope you've enjoyed this talk, because once I tell the Cabinet, it'll probably be your last. That's probably going to be the one. You know, I'm not sure what I'm going to tell the Cabinet. Fine, I'll make sure everything is pinned on Orlays. You think I'm just going to forget the fact you killed people to accomplish your good works? That's what I'll pick, and then hopefully we can go to the top one.
And how many have you killed to get where you are now? There are no great works that don't cost lives, Captain. Whether it's winning a war or digging a tram tunnel. So we sacrificed a few dozen in the attacks to possibly protect millions. That seems like a fair exchange to me. I only hope you'll see the same and leave my name out of the discussions to come.
No, he could have just told people that the Lazarus plant works on heat leeches and turns them into terramorphs. That's enough. Well, I mean, we're not really scared of the terramorphs because he brought them to attack people. It's like, this is so warped. Hey, sweet, how's it going? That's it. Hope you've enjoyed this talk, because once I tell the Cabinet, it'll probably be your last.
That is a pity, Captain. But I'm in no position to negotiate. Though we needn't be enemies, you and I. Just think about the opportunity I've provided here. There are more on the horizon. If you do the right thing.
Well, we got what we needed. Going down, sunshine. Talk to Hadrian and Percival. I guess we can get their input on it as well.
Authorized personnel only.
Let's go, Sarah. Do we need to... Is it better to get out of here? Oh, wait. Is it... Speak to Adrian. Oh, they're at the lodge. Let's go. Yeah, right. So he's creating terramorph attacks, which makes people scared of the terramorphs. The fact that we need to kill them. And don't forget, the terramorphs are attacking places which they shouldn't even be on that the planet. That Tau Ceti. It's just all wrong, and if he's...
a better place to recharge and ready ourselves for our next mission.
Yeah, and if he thinks this is going to continue and getting the terramorphs to attack other people and stuff, I don't think so. Oh, wait. That's weird. Oh, wait a minute. That was confusing. I thought it was at the lodge. Wait a minute. Do we even have that mission on? So they're at the lodge, but... No, let me just check. Legacy Forged. Yeah, it's on. So I guess this whole area is the lodge area. I don't... Oh, is it doing that thing again where it's really the mass district? That's... Yeah, it's done that a few times now. Let's go. Be a top floor, probably. Interstellar Affairs. Yo. Have we got information or what? Yo, this is... Oh. Fancy. Hey. What's this? Notepad. All right. You two, you're not gonna believe this.
Perfect timing. We just got in. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the acyles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant?
It was a man named Dr. Reginald Lays. He perpetrated the attacks. All right. The victors confessed he organized the attacks from his cell.
I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he say why he did it?
He made plenty of grand claims, but deep down he wanted revenge. He said he was trying to fix the damage done to the Sanan name, make you and him into heroes, and me as well, I guess. Yeah, that's Empath one. I like that's the better one.
It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm to the Sanan name than him.
He's alive.
Oh shit, yeah.
Vey Victus is still alive.
Oh yeah, she won.
And you're telling us that the attack on New Atlantis
forgot I
was Vey
changed.
Victus's responsibility, just like the dooming of Londinian. That's insane. All that just to help restore the family name. How did he ever think that was going to work?
Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again.
This feels good getting all this out now. I don't think I could have kept that lie and let the other guy go down for it. And have him, if this is how far he's going to go, what will he do in the future? He deserves punishment, yes. We leave out his involvement in the attacks, says to consider the lies he's helped save. I don't really get that one. What you think the cabinet will do to him? Yeah. I'll get their opinion on this.
I'm sure he did. But he killed dozens of people, and I'm not about to let him get away with something like that. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet thinks of it all. Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the terramorphs.
Nothing else on my end. Let's head in there. Which method of dealing with the terramorphs are you two leaning towards? So both approaches to clearing our worlds are effective against the heat leeches. What kind of risks are there if we decide to bring back the Aciles? So it was two ways to
We
get rid of
shouldn't
them.
keep the cabinet waiting.
One was a microbe that kills the terramorphs, but we didn't know how it would affect people. And also another one is bring back the Aciles, which are beasts that kill the terramorphs. But again, I don't know what are the repercussions of having a lot of the Aciles around. They're friendly against humans, kind of, but that could change, right? It could be just the new terramorphs. What do you think the cabinet will do when they learn about Vervictor's involvement in the attacks? I think, let's see what that is.
It's hard to know. Unlike my father, the cabinet aren't butchers. But killing UC citizens, along with everything else he's done, is unforgivable. But if you're really that concerned, you could request they be lenient. They might be willing to spare him.
Shit. I don't know about that one either. All right. Yeah, I don't need to know about the terramorphs, which one they're leaning towards. If both of them are good, I'm good. Nothing else on my end.
And here we go.
Let's do it. Holy shit. Yeah, I forgot I changed from Sam to Sarah. So Sarah doesn't know about all this Vervictor stuff. Oh, wow. Oh, here we go. Whoa, leaving me on my own? Oh, there we go.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike.
Yeah.
Is what I'm reading here true?
That's correct, Mom. Yay, no frostbite cured. It was a deliberate attack. Yes, but don't worry, we've found the culprit.
The second report claims to know the perpetrator as well. Did Reginald Orlays actually commit these attacks, Captain?
Orlays?
That report isn't the whole truth. Orlays helped, but Vervictor's organized the attacks. Adrian, I think you should tell them. Oh. So I can say it or she can, but it's her father, right? I don't know. Probably best I do.
It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording
there we go.
myself. My father figured out how to use terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was going to end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Sanon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
All right.
It just transformed. A terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vervictor sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately.
Oh, here we go. That's the thing. I mean, does he deserve to die? But if he lives and he's been able to do this with the access that he has behind a glass freaking wall in a box, pretty much. And he can organize this whole thing. He can do worse. But I'll leave it to them. Can you ensure that he has no more outside contacts? He used UC functionaries to get the message out. Let's get a little bit of information, yeah, about that.
That's truly disconcerting to hear. But cutting off Vae Victus's contact with the outside world is likely to be just the beginning of his punishment.
I thought he was. The fact that he wasn't is wild. You thought he'd just speak to like one person who relays the information. That's why they kept him alive, right? Because he has a wealth of information about everything. Ma'am, I would request his life be spared. He did help us against the Terramorphs after all. That is such bullshit. You can't come up with something and then get rewarded for sorting it out from something you created. Well, I think this is it. Not good the world is better without him, but whatever the cabinet thinks is the right course of action.
It's well past due. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand.
My reward?
With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
All right. Ma'am, I believe the other factions should be involved in securing the Lazarus plant. Is that loose lip sync ships kind of thing? Do we need any more people? I don't know why I trust the UC over other factions. I think, I don't know, UC, United Colonies, seems to be the top faction, right? While I feel like other factions might want to be on top as well and use this Lazarus plant on the heat leeches to create the Terramorphs to attack the United Colonies. I don't know. I do agree with that. Securing the plant isn't enough. It should be wiped out.
Gather your thoughts. We're already discussing the elimination of one species, Captain. Explain to me why you wish to eliminate another.
Hard for anyone to commit new attacks with the plant. If it were erase any trace of it, destroying it and asking the Freestar Collective to help proves the UC has no ill intentions. I'm shocked you don't want to destroy it. Is the UC planning to keep this for themselves? Yeah, that's what I'm worried. I think no one should have it. Hard for anyone to commit new attacks with a plant if we erase any trace of it.
That's only a partial solution. The UC should involve the Freestar Collective in the operation in an attempt to remain as transparent as possible.
And once Vae Victus has been dealt with, this problem can end here.
And allow us to focus on the grander task to come. Very well. We'll clean up the
That's
plant.
good. I don't mind other factions getting rid of the
Thank you for
plant.
the suggestion, Captain. So then, to our final topic. The cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps. The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've had a few discussions, but our group is similarly split. Only the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
I think the microbe, I don't know. The Aseles, that reminds me, The chocobos. Deploying the Achilles is the safest route. That's my vote. Terramorphs have caused enough damage. They need to be wiped out quickly with the microbe. Do we need to do anything? Shouldn't destroying the Lazarus plant be sufficient? A two-pronged attack is good, right? Destroying the heat leeches. They seem to be a nuisance anyway. That's why I compared them to mosquitoes earlier. So destroying the Lazarus plant and getting rid of them is good. I still need questions about the methods.
We're waiting on you.
Hopefully this
Captain.
doesn't backfire. The microbe and it kills other people who have made it worse. Or deploying the Achilles. I do feel like deploying these, I'd rather fight the Achilles than Terramorphs. I don't know. I still had questions about the methods.
Please, ask.
What are the... Wait, I want to know about the microbe. What are the chances, really, that this microbe could cause problems to humans and other species?
Infinitesimally low.
But not zero.
The chance of a starship landing on you as you sit here isn't zero.
It's like the
Yet you still
Oppenheimer
attain
thing
it.
again.
Personally, my fear isn't mutation, but Terramorphs developing a resistance. But that's something our group can continue to address if we decide to take this approach, as I believe we should.
All right, near zero is pretty good. And then what about the Achilles? Can they attack humans?
I can feel this one. While intimidating creatures, certainly, Achilles are docile unless provoked. They're honestly closer to oversized mobile scanners than deadly predators.
The concern is that, while all proposed methods will be long-term efforts, the Achilles are the slowest. Slow to breed, slow to deploy. We do everything we could to accelerate that process, including mustering some of our mothballed cloning technologies. But if we do elect to use this method, we'll be doing things at the pace of a megafauna, which is not an expedient one.
Microbes faster, but the Achilles one seems safer, right? But slower. Will the other factions have any role into playing the cleanup?
This won't work without them.
Exactly right, ma'am. The Interstellar Affairs Office has already begun reaching out to worlds throughout the settled systems, informing them of the risks we're all facing, and that the UC has a plan to prevent what happened on New Atlantis from happening elsewhere. Thus far, the response has been overwhelmingly positive. The spirit of mutual cooperation displayed between the UC and the Freestar Collective in managing the Terramorph data set a good tone for the work we're doing, Captain. We expect we'll hit some resistance, but our office has plenty of carrots and sticks to ensure the program's widespread success.
All right. Who exactly is doing all this work, deploying whichever method we choose here? We just said then it's a... I don't have any other questions.
Very well.
I think I've made up my mind.
Then did you have a preference on the method we should deploy?
The untested microbe, although, what did she say, near zero, that doesn't sit well with me. But the Achilles, it said the docile unless provoked. That's, I mean, what, they're going to suddenly be enraged? But then it's just, we just take them out, right? At least they can't turn, it's not exactly like the Achilles from a worm turn into an Achilles around, and spawn up anywhere. We can see the Achilles coming from anywhere. So this is going to be a lot, even if it does go south, I think the Achilles are going to be a lot easier to take out than Terramorphs that could spawn anyway. So deploying the Achilles is the safest route. That's my vote. I think this is what we're going to go for.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable sciences.
Yes.
Here's hoping they'll be kept on a short leash.
That, madam, is most certainly the plan.
Damn.
Order, please. And Major
Sarah
Sinan,
wanted to release microbes?
Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division,
UCTMD.
making you three the founding members of the TMD.
TMD then.
As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude.
Yes.
Today, we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you,
I
ma'am.
don't know what that means.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, there we go. What's a class 1 again? like 1 being the best, right? And like 10 being the worst?
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives to the United Colonies, or done great things for its cause. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement,
yes.
an additional reduction on the cost of colonial goods.
Yes.
And I'm told the penthouse is rather impressive.
Yes, I knew the UC would look after me. Ah, I don't want to ruin it. So long as I'm getting paid, I'm happy. Nope, thank you, Madam President. Hell
You
yeah.
all have earned it. Now,
Let's go.
there's much to be done. Major Sanan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
You know what? I didn't think it'd end up like this. Oh, baby, we got some credits. A legacy forged. Let's go. So, you know when I threw that, like, fragment mine? That was my bad, by the way, at the start. Now look at us. Sarah.
All branches of the UC are on board with the plan. Now it's just a matter of executing.
All right, where is this penthouse?
If I ever see another heat leech, it'll be too soon.
Does it say go to your penthouse? Oh no, it's back. Where's this penthouse? Penthouse?